Right, it's Monday morning and we're getting the GT ready for the show on Tuesday night, which is tomorrow. And we had some problems, if you remember, last week with the coolant pipes perishing. And I wanted to get the ignition straight. Now, parcels arrived from MGB Hive. Now, they're a family business in Lincolnshire, in England. And you can order on a Friday and it arrives on Monday. Perfect. So MGB Hive, thank you very much. And it should have some hoses. Look at what we got. Wiper blade. Another wiper blade, and two of them. Two top hoses, one for the top hose, one for the bottom hose, because it's got the cast iron elbow in it. Two heater hoses, pre-formed. Rotor on. Set of HT leads. Condenser. Give you some points. There they are. Oh, rotor cap, distributor cap. So, oh, an invoice. So, let's get these parts on and get it running again. There is one other issue. The front wheels are getting hot, which means the brakes are binding. So, we've got to address that. So that'll be wheels off. These are nice and soft. When you think how hard the other ones were. Right, let's get on with it. Clamp on either end. That will go on. Get it deep into the wrinkly hose. Right, let's get these two hose clips done up. So the top hose to go in. Get on the red first. I'm going to push it on a long way. Make it easy to get in there. Make it all fold. Oh yes. Get that nipped up. So bottom hose on, top hose on. Yeah, the problem with the wheels, the front wheels have got new discs and pads. Is that catching it? Yeah. New discs and pads. And then I've left it about a year. I think the pistons have seized a little bit. When they did the MOT, they noticed on the machine a very slight drag on the front wheels. And the other thing they mentioned is they felt the steering was a little stiff and needs greasing up. So what we'll do is when we get these hoses on, we'll jack the front of the car up, feel the movement in the steering wheel, see if it feels nice and free with the wheels off the ground, and then grease it up with a grease gun. Put the nipples available on the front suspension. Let's see if that makes it feel freer. You can feel it, it's a bit stiff when you drive it. So get these two hoses on. So that's both hoses on, with the exception of the bottom clamp. Now I'm going to set the HT leads up on the bench. What we want to do is make sure we don't lose the firing order. So here's the new set of leads. Here's some tie wraps, and here's the old set I've taken off all in one go. So the first thing we need to do is match up the distributor. So we've got the junction here where the low tension goes through to the points. So we've got 3, 2, 1, 4. So number 4 is at 4 o'clock. Actually, let's try and match. They're all the same length. They're all roughly the same length. No, they're not. Yes, they are. It doesn't matter which one we use. That is different. That is the centre one, which goes to the plug, to the coil. So let's get that on first. So coil leads on. First thing we'll do number 3, which is number 3 is here, which is here. So we'll put that on there. Number 3. And we'll mark it as 3. I like these nice and neat, all in the same direction. 1. I'll put this all back together, put it on the car, and then run it before I change the condenser and the points. That way I know I've got the order right, and I'm eliminating one item at a time. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can. I've got a long socket now. Which will prove easier than a screwdriver. I'll tell you what I'll do. Put it in there first, then move it. Oh yes. Get a few turns on it, then align it. Not quite where I want it. Want it there. I think that's you gone. Can you see that? Yes, you can. So much easier than a screwdriver. So that's bottom hose done, top and bottom. And while we're down here, I want to show you something. Now look at this. That is a brand new MX5 gearbox supplied by Vitesse Global down in Hinckley in Leicestershire, in England. And what they've got is a MX5 gearbox, and a special bell housing they've had made to mate up to the MGB engine. And instead of the bracket that goes across from here there's normally a gearbox support that goes across there. They fashioned this bracket here, and they supply it with a new prop shaft. Goes right back to there. So you get a 5-speed gearbox. It's like a little dirty secret no one knows. No one can see from the outside. But you've got a modern feeling gearbox with 5 speeds. And this car's got lots of little nice touches. Lots of overspray where we've painted it. Anyway, Coney shock absorbers, braided hoses, both sides. Stainless steel backing plates on the discs. There's that Sebring front spoiler which has got a whack in it. You see that? Stainless exhaust all down, and then we've got that shock absorber conversion on the back as well. Tank looks in good shape. Fuel pump is hard piped all the way, and braided hoses on the rear brakes. Single battery conversion, and there's two positions for batteries, so 2 6-volt batteries, but it's got one 12-volt battery. Very solid car. There's the mounts, look, for the cage, same on that side. Really solid. If you're buying an MGB, these are the bits you need to look for. These cross members, these rails here, this rail here, and the floors, and the sills. Real weak point on these. But this is very solid. Copper brake lines. It's just so dirty. I had to get in here and get it cleaned up. Braided hoses. Now they're the problem discs we've got. See the new green pad discs, pads. They're just binding a little bit. So once we get the heating sorted, we'll get onto that. Now it's time to get the new heater hose on. Prepared it by putting the 2 unions over it already. Do we go that way? Yes, I think we do. Well, they go on so nicely with them being new and soft. They're epic. I don't like that. Put that one the wrong way around. See what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a bit of grease on that. Okay, time to put the hose on. The heat hose at the back. I've taken the spark plug lead off. I'm not really happy with this heater valve. It looks a bit corroded, so I'm going to just quickly give it a bit of love. You can see that. Get that crud off it. Like a sort of build up of lime or something. Where's that gone? Right, let's get this hose on. Where is it? Here. I've already put the hose clips over it. Get it on the heater first. And put it, rotate it around. Get it on the heater valve. Now I've got my this is quite a tight fit on these. Hopefully it will hold them in place a little bit. I'll just hold it up. Going up nicely. Yep. Really get these nice and tight with these, with the socket. I don't know if they're a bit too tight. I'm going to go for a longer extension on that one. paste. And block your view, I'm afraid. That looks good and tight and nice and neat. Put that spark plug lead back on. With these spark plug leads, they're all exactly the same length, and I'm not sure it makes for a pretty engine bay. Maybe not, maybe it's okay. If I line them nicely, look okay, but I'm sort of sitting on the back of the alternator. I'm going to just push that down. Push that one down. That's nice, looks better. I don't like them actually touching. I did have a car once where the guy had tie wrapped the HT leads together and it ran terribly, and then I undid the tie wrap and it ran beautifully. So I'm not convinced it's a good idea to lock them all together. So, other hose now. Time to fit the other heater hose. Just going to get a cutting tool to show you. So the hose came from MGB Hoses here. We'll get that ripped up. Now, I want you to answer me a question. Why does that pipe have that bend in? So it has to go this way around. This is definitely the back. But you'd think the bend would be around the cap. And they never fit right. If I put that there, it fouls the oil cap. Oh dear, been talking to you, I've got this mixed up. Missed the end of the pipe. Right, seems to be. So that's there. Now, there's a good supply pipe to fit here, so I want that to be about there, so I'm going to cut it about here. Now this is a beautiful tool. It's actually a pipe for cutting UPVC plumbing pipes, but you can go like this. I think you'll find it just cuts it lovely and neat. Finish. Don't want to unwind this one too much. It looks like it's a bit near the end of its thread. Put that down there. I don't think it'll go over the neck on the. Make sure it's south of the bump. Right, let's nip that up. This is the bottom clamp of the hose that comes off the cast iron union. I've just done it a little bit too tight. Get it positioned correctly. Sun's coming out, perfect for a show. All we've got left to do now is fill the cooling system with a mix of antifreeze and water, which I'll show you. Oh, rotor arm condenser points. This is a bit floppy, I know, but that's failing. Maybe if I just tie up those together. Just so I want to get to this show. Bit of a temporary repair this. I'll probably manufacture a new pipe out of copper. But just want to stop it flapping around too much. I like to have them all the same way around. So that's at least got it. That'll hit the bonnet. No, it won't. So, final check. Now the bottom hose is done up tight. Won't go on there. Tight. Have this one off. Put it loose. Tight. Tight. Don't like doing them too tight. I always keep wrenching them. Okay, now these are the clamps that hold this pipe. It doesn't fit with an alley rocker cover, so we can put those back on. Nip those up with a 9/16. So just to recap on this morning's work, we've got both the heater hoses on, that one there and that one over there. We've got the top and bottom hose of the radiator on. Bottom hose down there somewhere, in the murky depths. And we've changed the distributor cap and the leads. Yet to fill it with water and test it. And then better address those brakes on the front. Then we can get to this show tomorrow night. So wait for more. Thanks for your comments, subscribing and likes.